Hello everyone, greetings from PayTabs team and welcome to Managing Merchants Dashboard tutorial series. In this series, we are going to take you on a journey to learn and discover the power of our merchant dashboard. Throughout the series, we will walk you through each of the menus and options found on PayTabs merchant dashboard and how you can easily manage it. So, let's get started. In this video, we are going to learn more about the PayTabs merchant onboarding journey, and we are going to walk you through the steps you need to complete your onboarding journey and how you can submit your KYC document in order to have your live profile created and start your actual live payments. So let's get started. Before we start, you should know that we have a fully dedicated solution article inside PayTab support portal under the name Merchants Onboarding Journey that contain all the details clarified in this video. So if you are looking to follow the steps by the solution article, you can check this solution article. So let's first learn what is the onboarding journey. Simply, once you create your PayTabs account, you will have a initiated test profile that you can test your payments with. You will not be able to do a live payments until you fulfill or complete your onboarding journey and submit all the required KYC document. Now, this is the onboarding journey. This is the way that you are going to submit your KYC documents and how you can complete it perfectly in order to be reviewed by PayTab side and have your live profile created. Now, if you're looking to learn what is the required or what are the required KYC document, you can check our solution article, what are the required KYC documents to activate or open my account on PayTabs. And here you will find all the KYC documents required per each region. So what you need to do is to check your region and prepare the KYC document under each region based on your region. So this is basically what you need. Before we start, you need to create your PayTabs account. So make sure that you have already created a PayTabs account and you can sign into your PayTabs merchant dashboard. If you didn't do that yet, you can check our solution article, how to create PayTabs account and access dashboard for the first time. And after you created the PayTabs account and you already have your test profile, you should prepare the documents mentioned here based on your region. And once that documents is ready with you, so now you are ready to complete your onboarding journey, and we are going to walk you through it in this video. So let's move forward. Before we move forward, if you want to learn more about the difference between the test profile and the live profile, you can check our solution article, what is test versus live profile. And also we have a fully dedicated solution article for the profile. We have a fully dedicated video for the profile menu in this tutorial that will be attached in the description of this video. And now let's start the onboarding journey together. Simply, we are going to follow the stages mentioned in the solution article, and you should know that there are 5 required stages that each merchant will go through, will need to complete. But for some regions based on the region and merchant requirement, you will be required to fulfill or complete an extra 2 steps or extra 2 stages, which is the agreement pricing plan and the setup fees. So simply to learn what are these 2 or when do you need to complete these extra 2 stages, as mentioned here in the solution article, for some regions, this is not for all PayTabs region, for some regions like UAE for Istanbul, if the estimated sales volume, your estimated sales is more than 50,000, this means for 50,000 per month, of course, this means that your application will be under enterprise account. You will not need to fulfill the extra 2 steps for the fees and the application agreement. This means that if your sales is more than 50,000, a dedicated relation manager will contact you and you'll not be provided with the 2 extra steps provided here. However, if your sales is under 50,000, this means that you will need to complete the extra 2 stages, which is the merchant agreement and fees, and we will walk you through all the 7 stages in this video. So let's walk through them together. The first thing you need to do is to log into your PayTabs merchant dashboard. And once you log in, as long as you're still in the test profile or still in you didn't fulfill your onboarding yet, you will see here an alert or a message called, in order to complete your merchant application, please go to the onboarding section and provide the required details. Simply what you need to do is to click on this onboarding link over here, and it will redirect you to the first stage of the onboarding journey, which is your company details. From its name, this is the simple, or this is the basic details needed for your company. However, you need to make sure that in each stage you are providing an accurate information and an information that is associated with the one inside the documents that you will be submitting, as it will be reviewed. Both of them will be reviewed, and the acceptance will be coming upon these reviews. So here we are going to fulfill the company details. Of course, I'm not going to fulfill an actual details. I'm just going to give you the sample details. So for example, here we start with the company name and the trading name, and always make sure of the notes beside each field, because this note could contain some advanced or important information. So for example, here inside the company name, say this must match the name of your trading license, and this will be the brand name you trade under. So I'm going to use my any sample name here, and if you have any previous names, like any previous names for your business and you have changed the name, you can provide them here. I'm going to leave them like that. As for the address, I'm going to just write out any simple address. Let's say 17th Street. Let's say Uptown Murdoch. And in the city, I'm going to say Murdoch. As for the region, of course, I'm going to choose any region. Let's say Dubai, and country will be like that. As you can see, there is no needed for postal or area codes. For other countries or other regions, the postal or area code will be required. Then you will need to choose your banking currency. So make sure you are providing here the main banking or the main settlement currency for your bank account. And again, if you are VAT registered, you will need to register here that you are VAT registered and say yes, and provide your VAT or taxes ID. And if you are not registered with VAT, then you should say no, as it will not be required from you. Now, the next final thing inside the company details will be the company type. The company type means here the level of the company type, like it's a charitable organization, a company with multiple ownership, a company with a single ownership, a freelancer, or a government owned or public listed company. So for example here, all of these of course have different required QIC document, and you can check the different required QIC document inside the solution article. For example, if there are in some region, if there are different required KYC documents for different company type, it will be specified like that. However, now we are going to just choose that this is a company with single ownership. Once you complete all your company details, but first you need to make sure that all details are accurate, and simply just click on the next button over here. Once you click on the next button, you will be moved to the next stage, which is the trading details of your business. So simply you'll start provide your business trading details, starting with the business activity. For example, here I'm going to choose electronics, and here you'll be indicate your primary business activity. So for example, under electronics, there are multiple primary activities. I'm going to choose like electronics or hardware stores, for example. And this website, this is the website field, your website. Here we are mentioning your website. If you do not yet have a website that you own, you can leave it as none. But if you have a website, please make sure that you will need to provide the document to comply that you owner or you are the owner of this website. So for now, we just gonna set out with any website, like I'm going to write PayTabs website. And of course here you will need to have, of course you'll need to verify to confirm that you have the ownership of this domain, and you will be asked to provide the details for it. And the next thing would be providing the description of the product that you sold. I'm just going to write any random description for my products. Of course you need to write an accurate description based on the product or services you provide. So I'm going to say, for example, we sell, let's say, computers, hardware. It's just a simple description. I'm not going to overwhelm you with the description right now, but make sure that you write a description that fits your products and services. The next thing, which is very important, will be the trading currency that your business is working in. So here you need to fulfill the actual currency that you are working and your business account is working under. So I'm going to leave it as UAE dirhams. Of course, you can choose the suitable currency for you. And the next thing will be the estimated monthly sales. So here you need to make sure that you are provided an accurate estimated monthly sales, as based on this sales you will either be moved on to the next two stages, the extras two stages, so you'll have a full 7 stages, or if you are under or above, this will decide what is the correct stages that you need. So as I clarified before, for merchants under $15,000 per month, you will have all the stages. So in order to clear all the stages, you will need to walk you through the below or the below enterprise companies. I'm going to leave it just at 30,000 like that. The average ticket size is the average product price. So let's say you sell different product and you have an average price for these products, like you sell like 10 different types of product. The average price for these product for bare one, of course, will be like, let's say 200 UAE dirham. So I'm going to choose here 200, for example. The next thing will be your target regions, and this is a simple idea or a simple question. You need to provide the exact region that you are targeting or your business is targeting. So here I'm going to fail like Middle East and let's say Africa, or let's say Middle East and Asia, for example. The final requirement will be, will you in a way be trading with any sanctioned countries, the country that is blocked? So if you are already working with one or you are looking to work with one, you need to provide us with this information. If not, which is preferable, you need to say no and continue your application. Once you complete your trading stage, you can move to the next stage. Once you click next, the very important thing that you will notice here, that you have been gone through stage 3 of 7. This means that you have completed, or you will be required to complete, the 7 stages. However, let's get back to show you something, that if you over here change your estimated sales to over 50,000, let's say for example 100,000, and then click on next, and hereby of course, then click on next, you will see, yes, you need to make sure that these are 1000 stages over 1000 USD dollars, or the equivalent amount. So I'm going to press on next over here like that. Once I press on next like that, you will see that once it's above 50,000, the stages will be only 5. You will not be required to fulfill the final 2 stages, which are the stages for the agreement pricing plan and the setup fees that you need to pay. Instead, and relation management will be communicating you through the steps. So again, we are going to fulfill the post. We're going to fulfill the full details. We need to fulfill and go through the 7 steps or the 7 stages. So I'm going to leave it again as we just do it, as UAE dirhams, and I'm going to leave it as 40, or let's say 20,000 UAE dirhams, like that. Just let's make sure of the number. Yes, of course. And now let's confirm to the domain name and click on next. Once we click on next, the next stage will be your bank details. So here again, you will need to fulfill your business bank details, the full details of it. So you'll need to have it prepared with you. Of course, you can add multiple bank accounts. We are going to walk you through adding one bank account. You will need to make sure that you have the accurate information, because it will be verified. If it's found to be inaccurate, the application will be rejected and you'll need to resubmit it. So I will just use some simple data over here to fill out my bank details. Of course, I'm not going to choose or fill out some real bank details. So I have some dumb data over here for a bank details, like a dumb account number. I'm going to paste it over here, and a dumb Swift code, for example. And also we have the IPAN like this. You need to make sure that you are using accurate information. Of course, if it's not accurate, it will be rejected. And I'm going to show the bank name details. I'm going to say like let's say it's ADCB. I'm going to say the address to be the same address, actually, 20 Street, Uptown, Murdoch. The city will be Murdoch, and the region, of course, Dubai under United Arab Emirates. There are no zip codes for here. The account name I will say is just test account name. And once you fulfill all your account details and make sure that you are using the accurate account detail, just click on submit and it will be added to your details over here. Of course, again, you will be able at any time to change it or delete it, and you will be able to add another bank account if you are looking to have your account, your PayTabs account, to have multiple accounts. Now, once your bank account details is finished and complete, you are able to move to the next stage. The next stage will be related, or the next stage will be for asked to fulfill the ownership details. And the ownership details is simply who owns this business. So simply you'll need to choose first if this ownership or this business is owned by a person or an entity. And for you need to make sure that you will be asked to fulfill. You have the option to fill as many owners as you want, but the only common thing, or the only thing you need to make sure that you are using, is that you have a full shareholder of 100%. So for example, if I'm saying here that the ownership is for a person, and then I'll click on next, you will need to fulfill this entity or this person details. So for example, like its name, if it's an authorized signatory, and the important thing will be the UPO sharehold. So you need to make sure of one thing. You can add multiple owners. However, you need to have the full shareholder or the fair UPO shareholder of 100%. So, for example, you can add two owners and each one will have 50%, for example. However, in the final state, you need to have all your owners to have the sharehold of 100%, and you need to have at least one authorized signatory that you choose over here, that this is an authorized signatory, as this one will be the one who will sign the contract and be the real owner of the contract and have the authorization to sign any agreement with PayTabs. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose the type of it. This will be an owner. I'm going to choose its name, like test owner, and of course you need to make sure that this test owner or this details are the same that will be provided. You'll be required to fulfill some identification like a passport or a national ID, so you need to make sure that you're using the same information and accurate information. If it have any names, and for the residential address, of course you're going to add your residential address found on your details. I'm going to add any random residential address just like that. I'm going to choose United Arab Emirates. Let's say Dubai. Yes, I have fulfilled. Of course, finally, you need to have a accurate email address. This is the email address that will this owner be communicated with and asked to fulfill his signing and everything with. So I'm going to choose just like test at account.com. Finally, you need to have the phone number. So I'm just going to type any random phone number, like let's say, okay, just a random number. Then you'll need to show the country of birth. These are the simple person details for the owner, and the date of birth, of course. I'm going to choose, let's say 1980, February 1. This is just any random details. And here, of course, as we said, if you are adding multiple owners, you can add multiple owners with multiple shareholder that in the final will equal to 100%. As I'm adding only one owner, I will give him the full 100% sharehold. Finally, you need to fulfill the nationality, and it will be United Arab Emirates. These are the ownership details. I'm just going to submit it. Of course, if you have missed anything, you'll be able to edit it from here or delete it. And again, if you are looking to add multiple owners, you can add it from here simply and add the other owner, whatever is person. But you need to make sure, as we clarified, that all the sharehold in the end to equal 100%. Once you finish your ownership detail, you are going to move on to the next step. The next step, of course, you need to confirm first for the detail. The next step will be the KYC documents and the required documents from you. So simply here you are going to fulfill these documents, upload it like that. For example, this is the trade or service license. You need to upload. I'm just going to upload any PDF to show you how the process is working, but of course you need to make sure that you are uploading the correct service or trade license, and here you need to add the correct details for it. I'm going to say the issuer will be, let's say, we're hardworking, so let's say the Ministry of, let's say, Network, and expiry date will be, I'm just, I'm just submitting any random data to make sure that I'm showing you the real workaround, how it works, but you need to make sure that you are fulfilling the correct data. Once you submit it and add it, you will see that the status has been changed, and the same will be for the rest of them. So here you need to make sure that if you are looking to edit any of them or view it, you can view the document like that. I'm not looking for that right now. I'm just looking to edit, or here you can edit the document by doing that. And if you're looking to edit the document, simply you can choose the file, any file you want, and this file or the old file will be changed with the new file. The next thing will be your bank details, and here I'm going to upload again the bank document like that. And from my desktop, request. And once you click on upload, it will be uploaded. The same will be for the rest over here. You'll need to do your test owner passport and Emirate ID. So here I'm going to choose the passport. Again, just any random document I'm choosing, and I'm going to choose the number, the issuer country, issuing date, the expiry date, and just click on update. Once it's finished, you can move on to the next detail of the owner, which is the owner Emirate ID. Choose the file like that. The same thing, just fulfill the number. February 4th and upload, and that's it. You have uploaded the document. Of course, if you're looking to upload another document, you can just click on the add button over here, and if your KYC document is required to add anything based on the details here, just choose the accurate KYC document from here, and you'll be able to add it, select the owner from the owner, and submit it easily. So once you finish all the documents that you need to submit, you make sure it's all under pending now, you can move forward to the next stage, which is the agreement stage. Just click on confirm, and you will see that you will sign, or you'll be requested to sign the agreement. This agreement will be sent to your account, and once this agreement is signed, you will be requested to move on to the next and final steps. As you can see, I did not yet sign the agreement yet. The next and final step, as found over here, you can check it inside the onboarding, which will be some setup fees. After you sign the agreement, an invoice will be sent for you with the setup fees that you must pay, and once you pay it correctly, you will be able to submit your application and your onboarding journey will be completed. It will be pending your PayTabs or the PayTabs team to review it, and either it will be accepted directly, or if anything found to be incorrect or missed, PayTabs will notify you with that so that you can resubmit your application accurately and complete your onboarding journey. Now, since we learned how we can fulfill our onboarding journey, we can move on to the next step.